Good morning, my melon peeps. It is a nice early morning, like always, right after a nice late night after we just went to K1 Speeds. My brother is going to be going to a farmer's market today, so it's just going to be me today. It is Father's Day, and I'm going to be spending some nice, good quality time with my dad on our ranch, and he's sending my brother to the farmer's market, of course. We're going to spend time with his favorite child, of course. And anyway, so we're gonna be picking melons today. We're gonna make sure we pick them because if not, they'll go overripe because we pick everything vine ripe. So there's already a lot of ripe melons. We're gonna be heading out there right now. My dad just started the tractor. I think it's just me, my uncle, and my dad. I'm not sure if anyone else is coming because our other worker, my cousin, he is going to another farmer's market. So really not gonna have many people, just gonna be a couple of us picking. It's just gonna be a longer day because it's gonna just take a little longer to pick all of that by ourselves. But we're pretty fast at doing it. I think it's just melons today that we're picking though, luckily. Not cucumbers. Cucumbers suck picking, but let's get it. Okay guys, we just got finished with our passes that we did. One pass, which we each take 2 rows, both sides we take, so we have to look at both sides as we're picking the melons. It's my dad, my uncle, me, and our 2 other workers that are with us right now. So there's a total of 5 of us that are picking. We are picking a lot of ambrosias, a lot. We are very early this season to be picking this soon. Definitely a lot of melons that are already, a few that we've seen that are already going overripe, because when it gets hot like this, we try to pick every day, because when stuff like this happens, like when it gets really hot, the melons really ripen up really fast. These melons aren't like typical melons. They're really delicate. That's why not many people grow these melons. Most people probably haven't even heard of the melon Ambrosia, but it is the sweetest melon. Anyone that's actually ever tried it says, oh yes, hands down one of the best melons they've ever tried. But we specialize in it. We were the first ones to start growing it here. I think they grew it somewhere else, in like, not in the United States, but somewhere else. But we were the first ones to start growing it here, and we are like the pros at it basically. We've been growing it for over 30 years easily of experience that we've had here on growing on this ground with this type of melon. So we are really good at knowing what we're doing, how much water to give them, to make sure they're always watered right, because people don't really know how to grow certain things. People will try. There's other people that grow ambrosias, but not the way we grow them. We're always the first ones in the market, hands down, always the first people to have melons in the market, and we always grow the best melons. You got to learn how to not overwater, not underwater. There's just a lot of things that go into it, and then you have to learn how to pick them right, because some people pick them green. In that case, they're not going to be good. Of course, anything that's picked green is not going to taste that great. But as I said, here we pick everything ripe, like I already said. Our melons are good. We're gonna pick watermelons actually probably in the next couple days, because my dad actually went out there yesterday, found some of our personal size watermelons, which are they're called ocelots. So he found some of those. I think he picked 3 of them, took them home. They're really dark red inside. We're gonna show you guys some of that once we start picking them. We need enough to pick, like enough to bring a whole crew, like all of us in, to actually pick them, because if it's just here and there, it's not worth our time. So we'll just let a couple go bad, and then we'll pick all the good ones that actually end up coming in. But anyways, we're gonna be picking those soon. Hopefully we're gonna use our drone. My brother's not here with us today, but we're gonna be using that drone as we start picking, so we're gonna get some other clips besides just time lapses for you guys. Hope you guys like what we were doing. We're gonna get our second pass right now, so see you guys. Okay guys, I came over to the shade, starting to get kind of warm out. I'm gonna show you guys what we got. That's all of it right there. We picked pretty much a whole trailer full of just our ambrosias, which are our top seller. That's what we're known for, is these melons. let's just say we got a lot more than we're expecting to come this soon. This is a lot even for us. We've picked this much before, but this is like when we're fully into season. Never this soon have we picked this much. We definitely started picking this soon before, but like a pallet, but not. We have like 3-4 pallets. We're gonna go weigh it out. I'll let you guys know how much it is. I think we're not gonna pick anything else because we don't have any farmers markets, and we're just gonna sell our ambrosias. The other melons we have are melons that can wait on the vine. There's certain melons that you can just let stay on the vine and they'll be fine, as long as you just keep giving them water. Because if you don't give the plant water, all you do is stress out the plant. So when the plant gets stressed out, the plant tends to want to release the melon, so it'll just give enough nutrients to the melon, so the melon will just start, all the melons will start ripening up faster if you don't give your plants enough water. So that's why you got to make sure your plants always have enough water if you're growing melons, always consistently, because if you end up letting them just even stress out just a little bit, all of a sudden they'll just start producing a lot more melons, and we do not want that. We want them to consistently be producing, because if they just give us all the melons all at once, we will be overloaded with melons. We will not know what to do with them. We will have so much, it will be crazy. We already have a lot. We don't even know what to do with what we got right now. We actually planted more this season than prior seasons before, which we didn't record that, of course, guys. So it's definitely bigger. We're getting bigger each year. We've been upsizing. We're getting more new customers, new restaurants, new things we're selling to new people. So it's we're definitely getting bigger, that's for sure. So unfortunately I didn't get a time lapse of the last pass that we just did. My brother's is gonna be back at like 1-ish, so that's not till way later because we're still pretty early in the day. I think we're done as far as I am done for picking melons. I'll probably be doing some other things for today. I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna do little clips of what else we're doing today. Other than that, I think we're gonna be done for the melons. So okay, so I'm gonna, once we weigh all these, I'll let you guys know our total weight of all the ambrosias that we picked today. It was actually pretty fast of what we did, of how we picked all of this, since there's a lot of melons. When there's a lot, we pick a lot faster because it's just all right there. We just load them into the bucket, carry them to the tractor, load them up. Definitely a lot faster though when there's a lot of melons on the plants, which there is. Just kind of so you guys know, our plants, they produce up to 10 to 15 melons per plant, but these type of plants only typically, like what they're supposed to average, like what they say each plant is supposed to average, is only like 6 melons, 7 melons. That's like if you produce well, like do a good job at keeping them alive and stuff. But I mean, since we've had experience, over 30 years of experience, my uncle over there, he is the one he's been growing melons since he was a kid. These melons, he's been doing it. Knows the ins and outs. He's responsible for us having such good melons and being the best. And my dad over here, he helps us as far as like planning when we need to plant. He's on top of like the business side of it, where my uncle is in charge of like the farming. He knows what to do, how much to water them. He's always on top of it, always keeping on top. That's why our melons always taste so good and people always come back. There's people that are at our farmers markets where once they try it once, they're addicted. They literally tell us, I can't go back to cantaloupes again. So that's how good they are. So let me go weigh them and then we're gonna go, I'll let you guys know how much we get. Okay guys, we finished weighing all of our boxes and we had a total of 80 boxes. I believe I already told you guys that, but the total was 4,400 pounds of ambrosias. So we had 400 pounds over 2 tons, 2 tons and 400 pounds, I should say. So that's a lot, especially this early in the season. Like I've already said, we're out here in the fields. We're just gonna go pick a couple things just for us, for the people we know. Other than that, I think our day's pretty much over. Anyways, I'm gonna go walk around, look for a watermelon for me or something, and it's gonna be good because the watermelons are looking pretty good, luckily. So hopefully by tomorrow, in a few days, we'll definitely start picking watermelons, and then we'll get those drone clips for you guys. Okay guys, I am walking out into our watermelon fields. Here we are right here. Sorry, flipped over kind of weird right there. There's a lot of watermelons out here, as you can see. So anyways, I am going to show you guys how to pick a ripe watermelon. Very important. All watermelons, you don't pick by size. There's a lot of people that that do grow watermelons that just pick by size, and not necessarily all the ones that are big are ripe. I bet you guys probably have watermelons that are, you cut open, you try them, they're not that sweet. They still taste kind of green, I bet, or some are rotten or something like that. There's just certain ways. So anyways, I'm gonna show you guys how to pick a ripe one, or how we pick ripe ones, because that's all we pick here. As far as that's what we do compared to other people. Like a little tip for future references, if you go to a farmer's market and stuff like that, stores are always gonna have green watermelons. It's gonna be hard to find good ones typically at stores. You'll find a good one here and there, but farmers markets, I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. Any farmers market you go to and you see people with watermelons, go to the stands that have watermelons with different sizes. The people that have watermelons that are different sizes, or just anything, any type of fruit with different size stuff, that shows that they're picking for just quality. It's not necessarily like they're picking for ripeness. There's typically, when you have all the same size stuff, they're picking for size. Some could be green, some could be not ready yet. That's like with all fruit, because there's like strawberries, you could be big strawberries, small strawberries, it doesn't matter. You just, there's different stages of fruit that like ripen up sooner as smaller ones, and then they ripen up sooner, or like later on, as big ones. So let me show you guys, let's get to it. I'm looking at these melons right here. I'm gonna find you guys a personal size, our personal size one, which is called personal size variety, which is called the Ocelot. Let's see, let me check this one, see if this one's ready real fast. It's hard to see. And yes, it is. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I do right here. Okay, so here's our watermelon, and this is what it's connected to, the vine. This whole thing's called the runner. So first thing you do is, what it's connected to right here, the first thing you go to is this. There's a little pigtail. There's some, typically they're green, but once they're ripe, that it'll turn like it dies. So it's gonna look like that. So make sure you guys, or like if you're growing anything like that, it's gonna turn into that, and then there's gonna be, you're gonna have to go down to the right side of it, and then there'll be another one. And then you also want that one to be burnt. And then you go to the left side, and then you also need that one to be burnt as well. Once 3 are burnt, that means the watermelon is ripe. That means this one is good to go. I can cut it open right now, and it is gonna be red, nice and good. This one's gonna be good. I can show you guys one that's gonna be not ready, that's like gonna have the green, so you can see the difference. I'm gonna show you a different one. I'm gonna show you our seeded ones, but they're not ready typically. Let me just look real fast. Look right here, right there, you see how it's green. It's still alive, it's not burnt. It needs to be dead. Once it's dead, then we pick them. So this guy is not ready yet. So, but our little personal size watermelons, these ones, these bad boys are fire. They are so red and sweet and juicy. We started growing these, when was it? I think a couple years now, we started growing these, and ever since then, we've had people addicted to these. Once you've tried these, they are really good. I'm gonna go over there, back to the melon mobile where my dad is. He's gonna cut it open for you guys. I'll ask him to cut it open so you guys can see exactly what it looks like inside, so I can show you guys that it is ripe and show you basically. And just remember the 3 leaves you need, they look like pigtails. So just remember the 3 pigtails, like once they all burn, then that means you got a ripe watermelon. Show you guys right now what the watermelon's gonna look like inside. We got another watermelon that we cut open that we already started eating. Look, it's nice and red inside, and they're all different sizes. We got some bigger ones, some smaller ones, and all out there, there's all different sizes, from like this little small one right here that we have to the bigger one right next to it. And this one could be ready before that one. You just never know. You got to check the leaves, and that's when you're going to be able to tell if they're truly ready. Other than that, guys, good tip for the future. Anytime you guys buy watermelons or even anything, just remember, always go to the farmers that have different size produce. Different size strawberries, different size melons, anything. You don't want to go to the stand where they have exact same size, like whatever it is, no matter what it is. If they have like the exact same shape and they're always all like uniform, I wouldn't recommend going to them, guys. Typically those people end up picking just for size. They always get the same stuff. I mean, it looks good, their stands do look good, but it's going to be harder to pick a better fruit or vegetable, whatever you're looking for. It's going to be harder. So I'd recommend going to the people that maybe their stand doesn't look as good, like necessarily like the fruit doesn't look as good. So if it like they have some that are like messed up looking, you want to look for those ones. If you see some people that have like some messed up fruit or vegetables in it, go to them, look at what they got, and then like they got different sizes and stuff, you know, pick whatever you want. I guarantee you guys that you're gonna find better fruit from the people that have different sizes and stuff like that, rather than just going to the people that have like the uniform stuff, like the stores. Because like stores always have the green stuff. You don't want the green stuff. So that's a tip for the future, guys. Keep that in mind.